My name is Pascal Dickinson. I'm the director of Ladle Fellowship. I really sincerely believe that God has been preparing me in various ways throughout my whole life to direct this ministry. I've been through a lot, and I know based on 2 Corinthians, God uses our difficulties, our pain, our struggle through life to bless and benefit others.
Homelessness is so diverse, and people think it is this black and white thing. Like, these are literally people who are coming from different experiences and different backgrounds that have caused them to be homeless or caused them to be in need. It was this knowledge that there is this fellowship that helps people. And I was intrigued by the idea of, hey, I have been in this position before. I have been one of these people. But more than anything, it is an area of life that I am constantly wanting to pour into for other people to ensure that people are getting the help that they need. It's different to help and to see it every day and to hear it every day, but it's also a completely different experience to live it every single day of your life.
The mission of Ladle is to reflect the love of Jesus in the way that we care for their needs, in the way that we serve them that cup of coffee, in the way that we search for that one item of clothing that is really important to them, or the way we run off and grab a Bible so that we can bring it out to them. Every Sunday, we share a message of hope, a message of love, a message of value, care, and true concern. It was always very close to my heart, particularly being that we were serving this marginalized community that tends to not even garner looks sometimes, tends to get a blind eye turned.
That's what I love so much about Ladle. Every helper in there is ready and willing to not just, hand you a bowl of food or hand you a coffee because that's what they signed up to do. No, they're there genuinely for the fellowship. They're there for community. They're there to make interactions, to let other people know that they are heard, that they are valued, that they're people. Honestly, there's nothing I could really offer to someone who is homeless than being seen, because everyone has to be met in a different way. And I love that about Ladle, is that the people who are there, they are there to make sure that people feel seen at the end of the day. And that is the most vital thing you could offer anyone.
Every week, my breath is taken away seeing 30 to 60 people showing up without pay, without any obvious motivation, in any sense. And to just give, to just care, to give a pat on the back or a hug or a handshake or a prayer or a second thought even. That's the other side of it. It's not just for the population that we serve. It's the population that we gather together to do this service.
Whenever I know that there is an opportunity for me to reach out and to pour into someone else's life to help them get back on their feet, I take it, because I want to make sure that I use my experiences to help someone else in a way that maybe that they can't be helped by someone who's never been in their shoes.
Jesus tells us that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And we as Christians are called to participate in the Great Commission, which is that work of evangelism. And that happens practically at Ladle through all of these small acts of service and caring for practical needs.
When you put Christ behind anything, you have the right answer. And it works so well what's happening in Ladle, to have so many different stations, to have a place where people would not just receive meals, but they can sit down and have meals, where they can have drinks as if they're going to a coffee shop, they can have their hair cut, they can get medical care. And this is all, we're talking in one courtyard, like one center. This is happening because you have put the body of Christ behind it.
This Ladle Fellowship is an established opportunity for anybody who is inclined to be able to come and have an experience of serving and giving to the least of these. We know that which we do for the least of these, we have done for Jesus himself. That opportunity is within your grasp, even within your physical borders at this church, for you to be able to come down and witness the power of God through you, his secondary means of grace to this population that we serve. Come serve with us. Come see what it's like to have somebody light on fire for Jesus for the first time in their lives.
I think that is the importance of what Jesus tells us when he says to lay down your life for your friend. We read that verse and we think jumping in front of a car to save someone, right? And we forget that laying down your time for someone, especially in this day and age where time is literally money, it is time with your family that you may not get. Laying down your time for someone is laying down your life. It is a gift that can never be returned, right? You can't get your time back. It's a gift that can never be returned, but it's also a gift like no other. It really is. All these other facilities that I've seen where it's so cut and dry, where they see people on a daily basis and they think, this man is sleeping on the streets because he didn't try hard enough. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, the people that walk through those doors breaks my heart. You'll hear the worst things about them. But nobody tries harder than homeless people. Nobody realizes that. And so it's really rough to walk into places and see people who claim to help, but they also don't view people as people anymore. And Ladle does so much more than that. They see and they hear because they believe in God, and a God who sees and hears and he answers prayers. And that's the biggest thing I'll take with me, is that it is possible to help and turn people around if we let God do the work.
So come, would you sign up and bring what giftings the Lord has given you and use those to honor and glorify him in this work with us at Ladle. If interaction is not your gifting, but you have resources, would you share those resources with Ladle? Would you give finances to Ladle? Would you partner with us as we attempt to love like Christ?